Well, here's someone who knows the new Pope better than most. It's his older brother, Louis Prevost. He joins us live. Louis, thank you very much for being with us. Good morning. I'm excited to talk to you. And of course, I want to start with the moment that your brother was announced as the new Pope. Just tell us your reaction. The moment he walked out onto that famous balcony, or even just before when it was announced that it was him, what was your reaction? Were you anticipating that it could be him?
Good morning. Yeah, in the back of my mind, there was this chance that, yes, he could actually end up being the Pope, which, of course, raised the excitement level all over the place here at our house here in Florida and at my brother's house. But so I didn't expect it to come that fast. So Thursday when it was announced, my wife called and said, because I wasn't paying attention, said, white smoke, and then it piqued my interest, turned the TV on, watched the chimney on every channel, just the chimney with the white smoke. And when they finally came out and we're going to name the name, we have a new Pope, and he started to say the name. When he started with the Roberto, and then I'm like, oh my God, that's going to be Rob, my brother. But there's one other cardinal, I think, that had a first name Robert. So let's see what happens just to make sure. But the excitement was already building because I just knew that it was going to be Rob, my brother. And then it's, of course, Roberto Francisco, and then Prevost. And that was it. My mind has been blown. My life has changed currently, instantaneously. It's just words don't describe what happened. It's super happy, of course, overjoyed, glad, happy for him. But on the other hand, that's a big burden. And I'm like, well, maybe that's not so good for him or us, or talking together like we normally do. He's going to have his hands full for a while. And you get the negative side, which thinks maybe I lost a brother, gained a Pope, lost a brother, but he'll always be my brother. And I don't think we'll lose him totally, but we just may not get to see him as often as we used to, or talk to him as often as we used to. But It was phenomenal. I'm still, this is what, 3-4 days later, and you go to bed at night thinking you're about to go to sleep, and then it hits you again. My brother's the Pope. And it just goes on. And the reality, every time, when you turn on the news with the new Pope, the media's watching his every step. And so you always, every time his face pops up on the TV, wow.
That's my brother.
Crazy.
Did I read that right when it was announced you did a little dance?
I did, because when the announcement was actually made, I was kind of lying in bed, because I wasn't feeling on top of the world. And when the announcement was made, I was out of bed. I didn't even know I was sick, and just jumping around the room. I was like, thank goodness I was in bed, because I probably would have hurt myself falling over when the announcement actually came across. And when I saw as he proceeded out on the balcony up the little ramp to the edge there, we watched the top of his forehead and said, yep, that's Rob, here he comes. And then when his face hit the screen, I mean, it just blew the mind again. Just every time we see him on the news now, it just brings all that flooding back. And
have you spoken
to him? Will there ever be any rest? I haven't spoken over the phone with him. We've texted messages. It's just hard to get a hold of him. Obviously, he's busy.
Absolutely. He's obviously.
But yeah, we've been in communication since then. Yes.
Oh, good. He's obviously just starting out in this role, but as somebody who knows him so well, what type of leader do you think that Catholics should be prepared for?
Well, in this my opinion, I wouldn't look for any radical changes from where the church currently is. I think, again, his background seems real similar to Pope Francis, as his was, coming from South America in the missionaries, more or less. So he's always been amongst the downtrodden, the poor people, and looking out for them. So I think that sense of the matter will continue. He is very down to earth. He's very open-minded. I think some of these topics I've heard discussed that he's addressing now, as what do you call it? Religious as he is, or as priestly, as popey, I don't know. But he has a knowledge and an ability to talk like technical terms in a lot of different subjects, as well as he can talk to people of all levels of society, whether they be the poor downtrodden that don't have radios, TVs, and telephones, or presidents and premiers of countries. He can talk at their level. He's very technical minded. Again, computer, he's up to speed. He's probably a more modern pope. He's a little younger than your typical pope. He's also from America, where he's had exposure to high-tech kind of things, and maybe that's what's driving his words on AI going forward. But I think he'll be a conservative on church rules, church doctrine. He's very well studied in church doctrine and canon law. So like I say, I don't think there'll be any radical changes to any rules in the church going forward. He'll be all about trying to grow the church. He's big on peace.
And I know, if I'm correct, tell me that it's something, I think he'd at least wanted to be in a leadership role within the church and maybe dreamed of the Pope one day. But as I understand it, while a lot of people grow up playing all kinds of games, he, even very young, right, was playing priest? Yep.
That was one of his favorite games, and our parents fully supported it. I used to tease him about it. A lot of us did, but he was set in his ways. If he wanted to play priest, Mom would break out the ironing board for him, throw a white sheet over it. I think they spray painted a cup gold to pretend to be a chalice. So yeah, he was definitely called to something special. It was evident throughout his childhood. People would always say, "You're going somewhere in the church," and he wasn't, but 8 or 9 years old. "You're going to be Pope one day."
Wow.
It's just been from when he was, like I say, probably from birth and going forward, and he never vacillated on it. It was always, "I'm going to the priesthood." I don't know that I would say he ever expected or wanted to be elected Pope, but one of our talks, we did talk about it, and he said, "Well, it's not my choice, but if I'm elected, it's God's will. I will, of course, accept the verdict of the cardinals." And he did. So here he is. My little brother is now the Pope. It's crazy.
Oh, Louis, thank you very much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. It's so neat getting to know more about him. The most famous man in the world right now, probably, from the people who know him best. We appreciate your time.
Yes. Well, thank you. You're welcome.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.